Hi guys, it's Travana Parker here with 9 Plus Family Banking Chronicles and Concepts. You all know I'm just a Christian mom on a journey of understanding, introducing, and implementing family banking concepts, or my version of family banking concepts, to myself and my family, just trying to make some changes in life. And today I want to talk to you guys about why I have begun using credit cards again. Now, before I get there, I want to say that my journey with credit cards has been kind of up and down. I want to say when I was younger, I was very mature with credit cards. Um, just use them when necessary, always pay them off, kept the balance very low. Actually, only wanted a very small balance or a credit limit on my credit cards in order to make sure that I was disciplined. But of course, over the years, life happens. And, credit cards are not for a particular person, a person who doesn't manage money well, a person who impulse buys, a person who buys a lot for others without actually knowing how they're going to get the materials or the purchases to others. Just people who don't have a lot of self-control. You guys know that I talk a lot about self-control on my channel or any outlet. You guys, I have a variety of channels. I have a variety of channels. And I'm always talking about self-control because I believe that self-control, of course, is one of the fruit of the Spirit. If you look at Galatians chapter 5, and it is something that as a Christian, I try to live by. And when it comes to a variety of parts of our life, you guys know we talk about the 5S, we talk about our faith, we talk about our family, we talk about finances, fitness, and fun. And everything has a bit of self-control in it. And so when it comes to our finances and credit cards, you need to have self-control. So another part of my journey on this, as far as credit cards, just understanding what the Lord wants from me. And let me just say, we're going to be doing three reasons that I just started using credit cards, and we haven't even gotten into them yet. I just want to kind of give you guys a background. But another part of my journey has been understanding what the Lord desires of me while managing my money. And this is not just about self-control. This is about credit. They all go together. But this is about credit borrowing. There's a scripture that says the servant is the borrower. The borrower is the servant of the lender. And that is so accurate. I remember back in 2008, I want to say, when the housing crisis began to change, a lot of the credit card companies, or my credit card companies, just began changing the terms of my policies. And I apologize, I think this is constantly moving. Let me make sure I'm not touching this cord. A lot of my policies, the terms of my policies just began to change. And they could do what they want to do. I couldn't change any terms, but they could change all the terms. My interest rate went up, credit limits were dropped, and it had nothing to do with me. It just was the state of what was going on. So if I had been relying on those interest rates, or if I had been relying on the amount of credit that I had, it would have caused me a lot of problems because I was actually their servant at the time. So there became a time when I realized, credit actually can be, if you use it incorrectly, it lacks faith. You're buying things that maybe you don't need. You're buying things that you shouldn't have, or you're just kind of hoping that you'll be able to pay things off at a certain time, but you want something now. It could be very bad. And so I went down that path, and I thought credit was pretty evil, but not evil. I guess I felt that what they did to me was pretty evil, and relying on them was lacking faith. I kind of went down the path of some history, and I thought about sharecropping, and I know I'm letting you into my mind, but how I've read a lot of historical fiction with my children, and there was always that power that someone else had over your life when you were relying on them to take care of your life, and I did not want that to be part of my credit life. And so I stopped using credit cards, and then we started using credit cards again. Then we, it was just a back and forth. But then I started using credit cards again recently, and I want to tell you guys about that journey. So here we go, the 3 reasons that I am now using credit cards. So the first one is because it helps me to get benefit points, or not benefit points, but extra cash. And let me just say, I know the gurus say you cannot get rich off of your cash points, and you can't. But remember, we always talk about how there is a difference between making money and managing money. And if you can make something from managing your money correctly, that's what you should do. So I no longer am using my credit cards to fund purchases that I just want and I want to pay off with smaller amounts. I'm using my credit cards in as a replacement to my debit card on purchases that I would already use anyway or make anyway. So my groceries, my gas, small purchases, just had to buy a few things to send my daughter off to school. So those things would come out of my bank account, and they're going to come out of my bank account. It's just that I'm going to put them on the credit card first and then send the money directly over to take care of that. Now, why am I doing that? Because of those points. So I have a credit card that pays me when I spend the money, and then it pays me when I pay the money back. Now, there's only a 1% when I spend, and then there's the 1% when I pay back. That's not a lot. I get that. However, it is more than zero, first of all, and then it's also more than paying the interest on the credit card. So in a given month, you guys know I have a very large family. We spend lots of money on groceries, new clothes. We just went on a family vacation, and I do plan on making a video about that because, of course, fun is a part of family banking. But in 1 month, I earned $87 of basically free money. I was just going to use a credit card anyway, and I ended up I was going to use the money anyway, but then I ended up using the credit card and just transferring the money over. So I used it and I paid it off. At the end, I had 0 interest charges, and I also had the $87 extra. So that was really exciting because you go from paying interest to the credit card company to getting money from the credit card company for doing something that you were going to be doing anyway. So that's the first reason. The second reason is because there are negotiation factors with credit cards. Now, of course, we think about credit cards and we say, well, I don't want a credit card because it charges interest. Well, I was listening to someone, Garrett Gunderson, who's very knowledgeable in the area of family banking, and he said, call your credit card company and to negotiate with them. So I called them and I negotiated, and I got a 0% interest rate. A 0% interest rate, I want to say they said for 18 months, which is more than enough time for me to just relax without, worrying about my credit card. Now, of course, I plan on paying off my balances before the interest kicks in anyway, but that's a negotiation factor. So if you can do something like that, what is the difference between this credit card and my debit card at this point? The difference is my debit card is not doing anything for me, and my credit card is earning me 2% interest every single month. So I'm making interest work for me at 2% cash back. So I'm making it work for me as opposed to against me. So that is the first reason. Is that the first reason? No, that was the second reason, negotiation factors. The third reason is because there are warranties. You know what? I think this is going to be a little bit more than 3 reasons. So the third reason is because of warranties. Now, this does not benefit me on my credit card. I called and they said they had stopped this program back in September 2020. But there are warranties that you can get on certain credit cards. So it's something that you should look into. Now, what am I talking about? If I purchase a laptop, I don't know if it's electronics, but you'll have to look into it. But if I purchase something, you know how you go to the store and you purchase something and they'll say, well, it has a warranty, but you can get an extended warranty and it'll cost this amount of money. Well, they have credit card companies, and I'm not sure if every credit card company is stopping this. When I spoke to my company, they said it was just unique to them. They were stopping it across all of their credit cards. But your credit card company automatically gives you, if it's in your contract, automatically gives you an extended 1-year warranty. So while you're at the grocery store or whatever store, department store, you're buying something and they say, do you want this extended warranty? It'll cost you $40. Your credit card may already offer that to you. And it's already in your contract. You don't have to pay that $40, that $30, whatever it costs. So that's something as well. So that was number 3. I don't have any notes, so if I get off track, I have children in the background. And forgive my audio, I don't have a microphone, but I wanted to get this video out. It's been something I want to talk to you guys about for a while. And as you can see, it's been so long that more things are coming because it was just 3 and now I have a few other things. The 4th, I think I'm at the 4th. The 4th reason is because of security. So if I lose my credit card, which I have done, actually I just lost my debit card and my credit card, but my bank is really nice. Of course, I call them immediately, and my bank, a person picks up, a real live person picks up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And so I canceled them. Well, I canceled my credit card a while ago. I know my credit card currently is lost, but it's lost somewhere around here. But when you cancel your credit card, you have not given your money to any purchases that may be fraudulent. And so your money sits in your account while the credit card deals with any fraudulent purchases that may be on your card. And so you have that added security. Now, if someone steals my debit card or I lose my debit card and someone decides to use it, that's money that I've lost while I'm trying to fight it. Does that make sense? Like, I'm saying that the security and the peace of knowing that whatever funds you had to live on are still there while the credit card company deals with the fraud. It's their money that's missing. They have to deal with it. And your money is still in your account. Whether they eventually say that it's your fault, in the end, your money has been sitting in your account. You have not been scrambling around trying to find out how you're going to eat. You haven't been scrambling around trying to find out how you're going to pay your bills. Everything is still there. So that's an added security. And number 5, which turned out to be way more than I originally said, is my credit now is helping my children. So I was talking to several people actually about credit and learning about how it can help you help someone else. So getting someone else on your credit card and making sure that you keep your credit card in good standing can help them. And since I'm talking about family banking, I have added some of my children onto my credit cards and I'm allowing my credit in good standing to be their credit in good standing. And I was talking to my sister who was telling me that my other sister had done the same thing with her daughter. And by the time her daughter graduated high school, she already had a 710 credit score. Now, of course, credit doesn't make you. Credit, I always tell my children, it's really just your score on how much debt you can take out. However, and that was my stance, especially when I was talking about how credit, the borrower being servant to the lender. But I'm understanding now that in big purchases and wise purchases and wise financial investments, you need to have a good credit standing. You need to have a good name. And so if I can set my children up, it makes better sense. In fact, I was actually trying to help my daughter establish a brokerage account, but the company didn't recognize her as even being in existence because she had no credit or anything to her name. So we had to go through extra paperwork if we wanted to finish that application. Whereas when I signed up for myself, it just went right through. So anyway, I know I'm rambling. I'm trying to get a video out really quickly. It's something that has been on my mind and I wanted to share with you guys. But hopefully you got something out of this video. These are the reasons that I'm back to using credit cards And of course, if you do not have the discipline, and of course, I have gone discipline, lack of discipline, discipline, lack of discipline, and I don't know what the future holds. I never, everything is Lord willing in my life. If He allows it, it is what it is. So if you know right now, though, that you're not disciplined enough to do that, if you don't have the self-control, then just start slowly monitoring what you have going on and gaining self-control, and eventually just, circle back to this video and try it. I have been greatly pleased with how it's working so far with this newfound approach to it. And let me say, my original credit card didn't have this. The credit card that I'm using right now, the company that I'm using, it didn't have any points at all. But listening to Garrett Gunderson, I called in and I said, is there a way that I can have this earn points? So we switched it over. So there are so many options when it comes to credit and managing your money. Not just making it, but managing it. So anyway, those are the reasons that I am using credit cards. I apologize for the rant. If you have any questions, please let me know. Of course, as always, please like, subscribe, and share the video. Please let me know in the comments anything you're interested in hearing. Just give me a wave, a high five, or something that lets YouTube, lets everyone else know that there are more videos, and it all works out. So thank you so much for joining me on my journey of learning the family banking lifestyle. I hope you guys all have a great day and keep your money safe. God bless you. Bye now.